From the raw materials of Earth through the processes of modern science, by the precise workmanship of careful men with skillful hands, comes the precision line of fine automobiles. Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln, produced by the world's most experienced builder of passenger cars and trucks, Ford Motor Company. This is the Ford Theater.
Child of the pure, unclouded brow and dreaming eyes of wonder, though time be fleet and we and thou are half alike asunder, these loving smiles will surely hail the love gift of a fairy tale. And though the shadow of a sigh may tremble to the story for happy carefree days gone by and vanished childhood glory, it shall not touch with breath of bale the pleasance of our fairy tale.
Shall be too late.
I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. How funny it'll seem to come out among the people that walk with their heads downwards. The antipathies, I think. And how ignorant they'll think me for asking the right name of their country. I wonder if their year is all turned around. Perhaps it'll be summer there instead of Christmas.
He said it was getting very late. He seemed to be in an awful hurry. Where could he have gone? Do you suppose through this door? Say, drink me. That seems clear enough. But I mustn't drink from it if it says poison, should I? Yet so many strange things have been happening to me that perhaps it won't hurt me if I do taste it. My! It tastes like cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, and hot buttered toast. And it most certainly does not say poison. Be shutting up like a telescope. I do hope I shan't shrink any further, though. I might go out like a candle. And Then I wonder what I'd be like. Changed in the night. Let me think. Was I the same when I got up this morning? I almost think I can remember feeling a little different. But if I'm not the same, who in the world am I? Ah, that's the great puzzle. I'll see if I know all the things I used to know. Let's see. 4 times 5 is 12, and 4 times 6 is 13, and 4 times 7 is... Oh, dear. The multiplication table don't signify. I'll see if I know geography. London is the capital of Paris, and Paris is the capital of Rome, and... Oh, no, that's all wrong. I'll try and say... How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws, and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. Oh, I'm sure those are not the right words.
Who are you?
Well, I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I seem to have changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
Oh, I can't explain myself, I'm afraid, sir, because I'm not myself. You see?
I don't see.
Well, when you have to turn into a chrysalis, you will someday, you know. And then after that into a butterfly, I should think you'll feel a little queer, won't you?
Not a bit.
All I know is it would feel very queer to me.
You? Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why? Come back. I have something important to say. Oh. So, you think you're changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am, sir. I can't remember things as I used to.
Can't remember what things?
Well, I've tried to say, how doth the little busy bee? But it all came different.
Repeat. You are old, Father William.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has grown very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that? In my youth, said the sage as he shook his gray locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling the box. Allow me to sell you a couple. You are old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 2 questions. And that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you downstairs.
That was not said right.
Some of the words have got altered.
Yes, just like you. What size do you want to be anyway?
Well, I should like to be a little larger. This is such a wretched height to be.
It's a very good height indeed.
Yeah, but I'm not used to it.
You will get used to it in time. Oh. One side will make you grow taller. The other side will make you grow shorter.
One side of what? The other side of what?
Why, of the mushroom, of course.
Curiouser. When I drank, I grew small, and when I ate, I became tall again. I suppose from now on, I must starve myself. But that's hardly a question I can decide for myself. Perhaps I should try and find the rabbit. Maybe he can help me.
No room, no room.
Why, there's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Well, then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I believe I can guess that.
Say what you mean.
Well, I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Huh, not the same thing a bit. Why, you might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see. You might just as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
Oh, 2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works. It was the best butter. Yes, but some crumbs must have got in as well. You shouldn't have put it in with a bread knife. It was the best butter, you know. Oh.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month, but not what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell what year it is?
Oh, of course not. But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time altogether.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The Dormouse is asleep again.
Oh, of course. Just what I was going to remark myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea. Nor I.
Well, I think you might do something better with the time than wasting it in riddles that have no answers.
Oh, I dare say you never even spoke to time.
Perhaps not. But I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand for beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clocks. For instance, suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning, just time to begin lessons. You'd only have to whisper a hint at time, and round goes the clock in a twinkling. 1:30, time for dinner. And you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you liked.
Is that the way you manage?
Not I. We quarreled last March, just before he went mad, you know. It was at the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing. Trickle, trickle, little death, How I wonder what you're at.
Twinkle, twinkle, little lad, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you'll fly, like a teacher in the sky. Big, big, big.
Well, I'd hardly finished the first verse when the Queen bawled out, "He's murdering the time off with his head."
How dreadfully savage.
And ever since that, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now.
That's the reason why so many tea things are laid out here.
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we've no time to wash the things between whiles. I want a clean cup. Let's all move one place on. Take some more tea.
Well, really, I've had nothing yet, so I can't take more.
When it gets to the end, such as that, Captain, the mood and memory and muchness. You know, you say things are much of a muchness. Did you ever see such a thing as a drawing of a muchness?
Really, now that you ask me, I don't think
Then you shouldn't talk.
That's right, Five. Always put the blame on me.
You better not talk. I heard the Queen say only yesterday that you deserve to be beheaded.
What for? That's none of your business, too.
Yes, it is his business, and I'll tell him. It was for bringing the cook tulip roots instead of onions.
Well, of all the unjust things...
Would you tell me, please, why you're painting these roses?
Why, you see, miss, this ought to have been a red rose tree. And we planted a white one by mistake. And if the Queen was to find out, we should all have our heads cut off, you know. So you see, miss, we're doing our best before she comes.
What is your name, child?
My name is Alice, so please, your majesty.
And who are these?
How should I know? It's none of my business.
Off with her head! Off!
Nonsense.
Consider, my dear, she's only a child.
Turn them over. Get up. Leave off that. You make me giddy. What are you doing here, anyway?
May it please your majesty, we were only
I
trying...
see. Off with their heads.
You shan't be beheaded.
Are their heads off?
Their heads are gone.
That's right. Do you play croquet?
Yes.
Come on, then.
It's a very fine day, isn't it?
Get to your places.
Oh, a friend of mine, a white rabbit.
Off with his head.
I'll fetch the executioner myself.
Well, I don't know. I never beheaded a rabbit before.
If something isn't done about this in less than no time, everybody shall be beheaded.
You too?
How dare you? It's you, I mean. All of you. As for us, let us go on with the game. And one moment's delay will cost you all your lives. With his head. Off with your head. By the way, have you seen the mock turtle yet?
I don't know what a mock turtle is.
It's the thing mock turtle soup is made from.
Well, I never saw one or heard of one.
You're all pardoned.
What's the sorrow? Oh, he hasn't any sorrow, you know. It's all in his fancy. This young lady would like to know something of your history.
Well, once I was a real turtle, and I went to school at the bottom of the sea. Our master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. Oh, really, you are very dull.
Perhaps you'd rather hear him sing. Anything is better than listening to him cry. No accounting for taste. Sing to her at turtle soup, will you, old fellow?
Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting for a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? A soup of the evening, beautiful soup.
the dish. Who would not give all else for two? And is what only a beautiful soul. Beautiful soul, beautiful soul, for the evening, beautiful,
Very strange song.
It does not please you.
Well, it's not very pretty.
Fine accomplishments mean more than beauty.
I'm afraid I'm not very accomplished.
Well, I am. I can do anything.
Won't you sing for us?
Well, why don't you, since you're not as accomplished as I am?
I can only try.
Try then.
Clear seems clear to you when little boys seem dear to you and things far off seem near to you, then everything is quite in hand. You've come upon your wonderland when stars come out at noon for you, when January's June for you, and late becomes too soon for you, then even though you hadn't planned, you've come upon your wonderland. Let other people say that life is not that way. Sometime you will have your palace, Wonderland, not just for Alice. And so when sour seems sweet to you, when half the loaf's complete to you, and dancing's all your feet will do, it means your heart is in command. You've come upon your wonderland.
This is the Ford Theater. America has moved forward on wheels. America continues to move forward on wheels. And one company, more than any other, has made it so. A name famous on America's industrial skyline, the Ford Motor Company. The Ford story is a story of quality, almost half a century of working toward one goal, to supply America with automotive products of the highest quality, the precision line of fine cars and trucks. Ford trucks, Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln cars. The complex manufacturing process starts in America's most modern research laboratories, the first step in the development of new and better automotive products. Then the Ford engineers and designers move to the drafting boards, where America's highest quality cars first take shape. Then skilled Ford technicians and careful Ford workmen build the precision engines of highest quality that are to power the millions of fine Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln automobiles. In the body plants, tough steel from the rolling mills is formed and welded, fashioned into strong, solid steel bodies of rugged strength and beautiful design. In all, 10,000 parts go into a Ford-built car, each part made and tested according to the highest precision standards by skilled workmen who are proud of the quality they build into every car. That's why at Ford, the production line is a precision line. The result is quality cars and trucks that play a vital part in the social and economic life of modern America. Ford trucks. Ford, Mercury. And Lincoln Automobiles, the precision line of fine cars. Produced by the world's most experienced builder of cars and trucks, America's Ford Motor Company. Now, the second act of tonight's Ford Theater production of Alice in Wonderland, starring Iris Mann.
Come on! The trial's beginning! Come on!
The trial is beginning. The trial is beginning. The trial. The trial. The trial is beginning. The trial is beginning. The trial is beginning. 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 The trial is beginning. The trial has begun.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all in a summer day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Consider your verdict.
Not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Call the first witness.
First witness.
I beg pardon, Your Majesty, for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
You ought to have finished it. When did you begin?
15.
Write that down. Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Stolen.
I keep them to sell. I've none of my own. I'm a hatter.
Give your evidence and don't be nervous, or I'll have you executed on the spot.
Oh, I'm a poor man, Your Majesty. And I hadn't just begun my tea, not above a week or so ago. What with the bread and butter getting so thin and the twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of what?
It began with the tea.
Well, of course twinkling begins with a T. You take me for a dunce? Go on.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty. And most things twinkled after that. Only the March Hare said,
I didn't.
You did.
I deny it. He denies it. Leave that part out.
Well, at any rate, the Dormouse said, after that, I cut some more bread and butter.
But what did the Dormouse say?
Oh, that I can't remember.
You must remember, or I'll have you executed.
Oh, I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
You're a very poor speaker. Well, if that's all you know about the matter, you may stand down.
Oh, I can't go no lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Well, then you may sit down.
I'd rather finish my tea.
You may go.
And just take his head off outside.
Call the next witness. And really, my dear, you must cross-examine the next witness. It quite makes my head ache.
Alice!
That is very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means, of course.
Unimportant, of course I meant. Important, unimportant, important, unimportant. Yeah, silence! Rule 42. All people over a mile tall leave the court.
Well, I'm not a mile high.
Oh, yes, you are.
Nearly 2 miles high.
Well, I shan't go at any rate. I don't believe that's a regular rule. You invented it just now.
Oh, it's the oldest rule in the book.
Then it ought to be number 1.
Consider your verdict.
There's more evidence to come yet, Your Majesty. This letter has just been picked up. Why, it isn't a letter at all. It's a set of verses. And there's no name signed at the end.
Please, Your Majesty, I didn't write it, and they can't prove I did if it isn't signed at the end.
That only makes the matter worse. You must have meant some mischief, or you'd have signed your name to it like an honest man.
That proves his guilt.
Read them.
They told me you had been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim. I gave her 1, they gave him 2. You gave us 3 or more. They all returned from him to you, though they were mine before. Don't let him know she liked them best, or this must ever be a secret kept from all the rest. Between yourself and me.
That is the most important piece of evidence we've heard yet. So let the jury...
I don't believe there's an atom of meaning in it.
Well, if there's no meaning in it, that saves a world of trouble. But we shan't have to try and find any. Yet I don't know. I gave her 1. They gave him 2. That must be what he did with the task.
It goes on, though. They all returned from him to you.
Why, there they are. Nothing could be clearer than that. So let the jury consider their verdict.
No. Sentence first, verdict afterwards.
Stuff and nonsense. The idea of having a sentence first.
Hold your tongue.
I won't.
Off with her head!
Oh, who cares for you? You're nothing but a pack of cards anyway. When the road divides and they point different ways.
If you think we're waxworks, you know, you really ought to pay. Waxworks weren't meant to be looked at for nothing. Nohow.
Contrariwise, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak.
I'm sure I'm very sorry.
I know what you're thinking, but it ain't so. Nohow.
Contrariwise, if it was so, it might be, and if it were so, it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't. That's logic.
I was only thinking which is the best road out of here. Would you tell me, please?
You've begun all wrong. The first thing to do when you meet somebody is say, "How do you do?" and shake hands. Four times around is enough for one day.
I hope you're not much tired.
Nohow.
But thank you very much for asking.
So much obliged. You like poetry?
Pretty well, yes.
What shall I repeat to her?
The Walrus and the Carpenter is the longest.
The Walrus and the Carpenter.
Very long. Please tell me which road leads out of here.
The Walrus and the Carpenter were walking close at hand.
They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand.
If this were only cleared away,
They said it would be grand.
the Walrus and the Carpenter walked on a mile or so,
And then they settled on a rock conveniently low.
and all the little oysters stood and waited in a row. The time has come, the Walrus said,
To speak of many things.
of shoes
And ships,
and sealing wax,
of cabbages and kings,
and why the sea is boiling hot.
and whether pigs have wings.
A loaf of bread, the Walrus said, is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed.
Now, if you're ready, oysters dear, we shall begin to feed.
But not on us, the oysters cried, turning a little blue.
After such a kindness, that would be a dismal thing to do. The night is fine, the Walrus said. Do you admire the view? I weep for you, the Walrus cried. I deeply sympathize.
With sobs and tears he sorted out those of the largest size.
Holding his pocket handkerchief before his tear-streamed eyes.
Oh, oysters, said the Carpenter, you've had a pleasant run.
Shall we be trotting home again?
But answer came there none. And this was scarcely odd, because they'd eaten every one.
I like the Walrus best because he was a little sorry for the poor oysters.
He ate more than the Carpenter, though.
Well, then they were both very unpleasant characters. At any rate, I'd really better be getting out of here. Do you think it's going to rain?
Huh?
No, I don't think so. At least not under here.
It may rain outside.
It's the monstrous black crow coming after us.
Oh, storm!
It's the crow!
It's the monstrous crow. It's the monstrous crow. It's the crow. It's the monstrous crow. It's the monstrous crow. The monstrous crow. It's the monstrous crow. It's the monstrous crow. It's the monstrous crow.
And how exactly like an egg you are.
It's very provoking to be called an egg.
Oh, I only meant you look like an egg, sir. And some eggs are very pretty.
Oh, some people have no more sense than a baby.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty in his place again. No, that last line's much too long for the poetry.
Oh, well, don't stand there chattering. Tell me your name and your business.
Oh, my name is Alice.
Alice. Well, that's a stupid enough name. Now, my name means the shape I am. And a good, handsome shape it is, too.
Why do you sit here all alone?
Why? Partly because there's no one with me. Did you think I didn't know the answer to that?
Well, don't you think you'd be safer down on the ground? This wall's very narrow.
My, what tremendously easy riddles you ask. Why, if I were to fall, the king has promised me...
To send all his horses and all his men.
How did you know?
Oh, it's in a book.
Well, they may write such things in a book, but you take a good look at me. I'm one that has spoken to a king. Why, the king and queen even gave me this beautiful cravat I have on for an unbirthday present.
What's that?
Why, that's a present given when it's not your birthday, of course.
But I like birthday presents best.
You don't know what you're talking about. How many days are there in a year?
365.
And how many birthdays do you have?
1.
And if you take 1 from 365, what remains?
364, of course.
I'd rather see that done on paper. Well, that seems to be done right.
You're holding it upside down.
Oh, to be sure I was. I thought it looked a little queer. Well, as I was saying, it seems to be done right, though I haven't time to look it over thoroughly just now, and that shows there are 364 days in the year when you might receive an unbirthday present, and only 1 for birthday presents. There's glory for you.
Oh, I don't know what you mean by glory.
Well, of course you don't till I tell you. I meant there's a nice knockdown argument for you.
Well, the question is whether you can make words mean so many different things.
Well, the question is, which is to be master? That's all.
Well, since you're so clever at explaining words, what do you think of poetry?
I would like to recite a piece of poetry to you which was written entirely for your amusement. I sent a message to the fish. I told them this is what I wish. The little fishes of the sea, they sent an answer back to me. The little fish's answer was, we cannot do it, sir, because...
Oh, I don't quite understand.
Oh, it gets easier further on. I sent to them again to say it would be better to obey. The fishers answered with a grin, my, what a temper you are in. Oh, I told them once, I told them twice. They would not listen to advice. Then someone came to me and said, the little fishes are in bed. I took a corkscrew from the shelf and went to wake them up myself. And when I found the door was locked, I pulled and pushed and kicked and knocked. And when I found the door was shut, I tried to turn the handle, but...
Is that all?
That's all. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Till we meet again.
Oh, I don't think I should know you if we did meet.
The face is what one goes by, generally.
Well, that's just what I complain of. Your face is the same as everybody's. 2 eyes, nose in the middle, mouth under. It's always the same. Now, if you had 2 eyes on the same side of your nose, or the mouth at the top, that would be of some help.
But it wouldn't look nice.
Wait till you try.
Goodbye.
Bread and butter, bread and butter.
You'd look better if you had a lady's maid.
I'm sure I should. I'm the White Queen, you know.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I'm sure I'll take you with pleasure. 2 a week and jam every other day.
Oh, well, I don't want you to hire me, and I don't care for jam.
You couldn't have it if you did want it. The rule is jam tomorrow and jam yesterday, but never jam today.
I don't understand you. It's dreadfully confusing.
Well, that's the effect of living backwards. It always makes one a little giddy at first. But there is one
great advantage in it. Your memory works both ways.
Oh, I'm sure mine only works one way. Well, I can't remember things before they happen.
It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards. Suppose, for instance, you did something wrong a week from Wednesday. You'd be punished for it.
But supposing I don't do it?
Well, then you'll be punished just the same. Were you ever punished?
Only for faults.
And you were all the better for it, I know.
Oh, yes, but then I had done the things I was punished for. That makes all the difference.
But if you hadn't done them, that would have been better still. Better, and better, and better.
There's a mistake somewhere.
Oh, my finger's bleeding.
I don't see anything wrong.
Oh, well, I haven't pricked it yet, but I know I shall just as soon as I fasten my shawl.
We must go. Then you won't have to fasten your shawl and you won't prick your finger. And I'm sure we can find something much more pleasant to do. Would you tell me, please?
Speak when you're spoken to.
But if everybody obeyed that rule, and if you only spoke when you were spoken to, and the other person always waited for you to begin, you see, nobody
Why,
would ever...
don't you see, child?
Oh, I only said if.
Ridiculous. She says she only said if, and so you did, you know. Always speak the truth. Think before you speak, and write it down afterwards.
Oh, I'm sure I didn't mean...
That's just what I complain of. You should have meant. What do you suppose is the use of a child without any meaning? Why, even a joke should have some meaning, and a child's much more important than a joke. I hope. You couldn't deny that if you tried with both hands.
I don't deny things with my hands.
Nobody said you did. I said you couldn't if you tried.
She's in that state of mind. She wants to deny something, only she doesn't know what to deny.
A nasty, vicious temper. I invite you to Alice's dinner party this afternoon.
And I invite you.
Oh, I didn't know I was to have a party at all. But if there is to be one, I think I ought to invite the guests.
That's addition. Can you do subtraction? Take 9 from 8.
9 from 8. Oh, I can't, you know. But
she doesn't know subtraction. Can you do division? Divide a loaf by a knife. What's the answer to that?
I suppose.
Bread and butter, of course.
What dreadful nonsense we're talking.
Of course you know your A, B, C.
Oh, to be sure I do.
So do I. And I'll tell you a secret. I can read words of one letter.
Can you answer useful questions? How is bread made?
You take some flour.
Where did you pick the flour? In a garden or in a hedge?
Oh, it isn't picked at all. It's ground.
How many acres of ground? You mustn't leave out so many things.
Fan her head. She'll be feverish after so much thinking.
Along with the Red Queen, the White Queen, and me. myself. Curiouser and curiouser. Well, I certainly learned a lot of poetry. I wonder if I can remember any of it now. Lady dear, if fairies may, for a moment lay aside cunning tricks and elfish play, is it happy Christmas tide? We have heard the children say, gentle children whom we love, long ago on Christmas Day came a message from above. Still, as Christmas tide comes round, they remember it again. Echo still the joyful sound, peace on earth, goodwill to men. Yet the hearts must childlike be, where such heavenly guests abide, unto children in their glee. All the year is Christmas tide, thus forgetting tricks and play. For a moment, lady dear, we would wish you, if we may, Merry Christmas, Glad New Year.
And our cast, LeRoi Operti and Richard Waring, Joe Silver and Nydia Westman, Jack Lemmon and Biff McGuire, Jack Albertson and Virginia Shimp, Ralph Riggs and Dorothy Jarnac, Rex O'Malley and Francis Fuller, and Iris Mann. 2 weeks from tonight, Ford will bring you Cause for Suspicion, a play as timely and dramatic as tomorrow's headlines. Be sure to see Cause for Suspicion 2 weeks from tonight on the Ford Theater. The Ford Theater is presented by the builder of the precision line of fine cars, Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln, the world's most experienced builder of cars and trucks, Ford Motor Company.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.